Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Financial Review. Today is the tax edition. Yes, dreaded taxes. We all got to pay them at some point. I know last week I said I was going to do a piece on Irish pensions, but over the last sort of week or so after the Easter break, certainly my viewers, my followers, and indeed a lot of inquiries and my clients have been asking a very, very common question, very common theme appearing, and that's taxes, okay? So I'm just going to give you a broad understanding on what you should be doing as an expat, whether you're a British national, other nationals, and you're now living in another country, okay? The focus is going to be around more, of course, those who have perhaps lived in the UK, have assets in the UK, but the principles do and apply across most other nations as well. So we're now into April, and most of Europe and the world indeed had their tax years running between January and December. For those living in Spain, France, anywhere else, first and foremost, remember you are obliged to file your taxes, okay? You're living here, you're a fiscal resident here, pay your taxes, do your returns. I hear from too many people, oh Paul, I pay my taxes in the UK on my pensions, I pay my taxes in the UK on my savings and investments, I don't need to file my tax in Spain and France or Portugal. Incorrect, people, incorrect. You live here, you use the services here, you pay your taxes here. You do your returns, okay? Now, a couple of things just to watch out for. Other than the usual income, whether that's earned income, pension income, file your return, and depending on what type of pensions there are, you may not be obliged to pay any additional taxes, okay? Namely, most countries that have a good double taxation agreement with the United Kingdom and other places in the world, direct government-related pensions are ordinarily not taxed again in the country you're resident in. However, if you have, excuse me, company pensions, private pensions, those, yes, you might find that the tax at source, i.e. in the UK, there's a UK pension, but again, you must do a return here, and if there's a difference, you then pay the difference. Any good accountant will tell you that. If you need one, contact me. We have a good accountant we can refer you to, okay? Now, the most common things that people tend to forget, certainly from the UK perspective, is, oh, Paul, I have an ISA. I've got premium bonds. Well, look, you have an ISA for a reason. When you're in the UK, they're very it's a tax-free savings vehicle at the end of the day. You don't live in the UK anymore, ladies and gents. You live in France, Spain, Portugal, Bulgaria, further afield, Thailand, Philippines, wherever you might be. It may be tax-free from the UK. They're definitely not tax-free unless you're on some special residency regime. They're definitely not tax-free in the country you're resident in. So be mindful, 2020, think back. Did we receive any winnings from premium bonds? Yes, of course. Pay tax. Did we receive any dividends from the shares we hold within our ISA in 2020? Yes, pay tax. Did we receive any distributions from funds? So we talk about funds like your Invesco High Income Fund, your Lloyd's High Income Fund, Fidelity funds, any investment funds you hold where you physically received a distribution into the ISA, whether or not you spent it, pulled it out, is irrelevant. If the fund paid it out, that needs to go on your tax return, okay? If you're in France, a little bit more anal. if you receive dividends, distributions, you actually got to report them by the 15th day of the following month following receipt of those distributions and dividends. Whereas Spain, for example, just record it for your own purposes, and then you can give it to your gestor, asesoría, or whoever. If you do it yourself, then you pay your taxes. Okay, so very, very important. These things are by far the most common mistakes I find people make, and unfortunately, we all know most governments around the world are in trouble. They're up to their eyeballs in debt, so they will find as many ways as possible to penalize you. Oh, you didn't put this on your tax return. You're supposed to pay us 50 quid in taxes or 50 euro in taxes. But by the way, because you made a mistake, we're going to fine you another couple of hundred. So be very, very careful, okay? Also, depending on where you live, especially in European countries and further afield, there's still some wonderful products that can be used. Speak to your financial advisor. If you don't have a financial advisor, find one. If you can't find one, well, you're watching one now. Contact me, okay? There are good, simple ways on maximizing your investments, pensions, and everything else. If you're happy paying taxes, brilliant. But sometimes, if you're not even spending the money you're making, ask yourself, is there something different where perhaps I don't have to pay that tax that year? Simple answer is probably there will be, but you need to speak to a competent, qualified, regulated advisor, and he and she will be able to give you the right answers. Okay? So that's short and snappy for this morning. I do have a sore throat, so I'm not going to go too long. Tax edition, it's April. I have to do mine very soon now. I'm just getting on the bits and paper. What we'll do next week is we'll actually going to start a series on France, talking, not going to cover things like cash, but we're probably going to talk more about living in France, what sort of products and solutions one should certainly explore. Not necessarily take out, but certainly explore. Okay, so I just want to thank you again for watching my video. Please press the like button, share it with your friends and family. Also, if you have friends and family who are in the UK right now, who you don't know for sure they're making the move overseas, very important, they need to speak to someone who has experience in cross-border, tidying up the assets before they move. This has a big impact on, taxes, okay? Share everything, like, subscribe to subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye for now.